From the West Coast to the East Coast and everything between, folks. I didn't mess around and started this show 10 minutes early, but that's all right, folks. We do it like this sometime. I'm sitting up here trying to set something else up, and I messed around and started the show without Dusty on the line. But I know him. He'll be here in just a few minutes, folks. In the meantime, this is Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast hip-hop. And like I always say, from the West Coast to the East Coast and everything between, folks, you are live with the Godfather. From Eve After Dark to concerts in the park, this is how we do it. This is how it's done. Yeah, what's up? I got 4 people in the chat room already. Let me see who I have here already, folks. They already lining up. Dusty ain't here. I'm about 5 minutes early. I see my man Easy Steve was in the building. What's up, Philip Burks? What's up with you folks? Much love for coming in early. I'm still waiting on Dusty. Like I said, I messed around and I was trying to do something and set the show off. And now that I got it going, I can't stop it for another hour. If I stop it now, I got to reset the whole thing over again. And I don't feel like doing that. So yeah, we're going to sit there and kick it for a minute. What's up, Marlon? What's up, New Style 66? Selfish Hour. Dusty will be here shortly, folks. Yeah. What's up? Give me 3 minutes. You got it, Doc. No problem. No problem. I see Dusty on the line. Deuce Times. What's up, Lonzo? Hey, what's up? What's up, Lonzo? What's up, folks? I'm glad everybody can hear me nice and clear. I got to be some new toys over here, folks, I'm playing with. So every once in a while, I got to I upgrade my system and trying to stay on top of things. And every time I do, it's always a learning curve. And when there's a learning curve, there's room for mistakes and there's opportunities for mistakes, I should say. And I just took advantage of one of the opportunities to start this show about 5 minutes early. But like I said, Dusty's on his way here, folks. And we got a good show for you as always. Hope we can drop some game on you, inform you on some things you may not know about, and learn some things that we don't know about. So this is what we do this for. Crazy D, originally a member of N.W.A. or signed to Ruthless. Crazy D was down with us from day one. He was down with N.W.A. from day one before they was even Ruthless. He was around the studio, hanging out, doing what he does, being crazy. This dude, man, they named him Crazy D for a reason. Crazy D was probably one of the most wildest dudes back in the day. Always carried a gun. Gun went off around in the studio, in the backyard a couple times. And if he liked you, it wasn't no joke. He had your back. Could nobody say nothing bad about you, say nothing crazy to you? Because if he did, he got it covered for you. We see here, Lonzo, do you think Dre gonna drop an album for the Super Bowl performance? I saw some stuff. I've been checking him out on the internet lately, and I see where he's working with what's this young lady's name? Marsha Ambrosia, I think it is, and he was in the studio with some cellos and some oboes and some other stuff. So he's doing something. Whether it's for the Super Bowl or not, don't know. But it looked like he's doing some serious production. Montana Max 499. Who made money on the 80s? You were Easy. Oh, Easy by far. Easy by far. I made a lot of money before the 80s though. So I mean, before we even were legit, I'd made a lot of money. So I did a few things, folks. I had record company, I had my club. I was a busy brother. Lonzo Chili Mac in the Seattle, Lonzo Chili Mac in the Seattle West Coast DJ, real DJ West Coast. What's up, Chili Mac? I ain't heard that name in quite some time. Did you like the Compton album? The one that Dre did for not really. It wasn't. I ain't had a cut I could play on that song. I'm going nowhere. Not a favorite album of mine at all. Deuce Times, nope. We see here. Did you ever keep or listen to the artists that like African Soul Body, African Body and Soul? Oh yes. We patterned some of our music after Soul Sonic Force, the African Mambata. So yeah, we definitely kept up on them for a while, and then they kind of drifted into something else. But the early stuff, Soul Sonic, Planet Rock, stuff like that, yeah, that was all Eve After Dark. That's what we did our groove on back in the day, folks. That was our thing. I think you using the brothers. I think they're using them brothers of the Super Bowl to play down the Cap. What they done to Cap? You think? Philip Burks, much love. That's a great observation, And I totally agree with you because for a while, nobody messed with the Super Bowl. Nobody messed with the NFL. Then I guess they gave Nike gave Cap a check, and everybody says, "Okay, cool, he got some money." But that ain't the point. That wasn't the point. The point is how he was done. He still ain't got a job. But I guess if you can get a job without going to work, shit, that ain't too bad, I think. You can get paid without going to work, I should say. Probably ain't too bad. Yes, that one, I know it wasn't funky. No, it wasn't, Doc. It wasn't funky at all, man. It was just something, I guess that's why he gave it away. Vision joined. I wasn't feeling it at all. Let me see what Dusty Vision is here. Dusty One, what's up with you, Doc?
What up, my man? How you doing?
Man, I'm cool, Doc. I messed around here and pushed the button too fast, man, and started the show a few minutes early by mistake. But we had folks lined up. We got 23 folks in the chat.
I love it.
They lined up.
I love it.
So I ain't mad at you. Kicking it. I'm kicking
it. Good stuff, man. Man, lots to talk about, man. What were you guys talking about before I jumped on?
Some of everything, man. They were talking about the thing with Cap. They were talking about Dre's album, the Compton album. What I think about it, and I didn't think much of it because there was nothing I can't recall. Yeah. Cut off that album, not one.
There was one song with Eminem that I think I vaguely liked, but other than that, I wasn't really feeling it.
It might have been sometimes people fulfill deals with stuff that they ain't really feeling. They just put it together and give it to them here. George Clinton was a master. Prince was a master of that. Hey, I owe you some albums. Take these right here. This stuff I ain't feeling.
Damn, never knew that.
Yep, they'll do it in a minute, man. When the artists have, especially when they pissed off at a record company, they will. A lot of guys will give them scrap tracks or have some of their lesser producers come in, put their name on it, do a little vocal and whatever.
Wow.
So they fulfilled their contract so they can get out of the deal.
Never knew that. It makes perfect sense, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, man, there's a lot to talk about this week, man. Let's talk about the first thing, probably the biggest story this week. Unfortunately, I hate to, make this announcement, but a lot of you already know that we lost another popular rapper by the name of Slim 400 from Compton. He was killed and caught on camera. Did you get to see the door dash?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw the Ring video, man.
Yeah, yes. What do you think of how nowadays people's deaths are getting it's televised, basically?
Well, you know what? We have to understand, man, that cameras are everywhere. Cameras. Big Brother is in full effect.
Mm-hmm.
There was a movie back in the day, man, called 1984. 1984. If you ever get a chance to Google it, look it up on YouTube. It might be on YouTube by now. 1984 was talking about the time that we're in right now. How Big Brother is everywhere. They can hear what you're saying. They can see what you're doing. And we are totally engulfed in Big Brother, a.k.a. the Matrix. If you think you're doing something in the dirt or in the dark, no, because they got what's the infrared, okay? I got Ring doorbells. I got cameras in my studio. I got cameras in my backyard. Everybody got a camera in their pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So be out here trying to do something stupid and think you're going to just walk away from it, get away from it. It don't work like that. People get so caught up in emotions, they forget where they are and they forget what times they are. And I'm quite sure they know who did it. I mean, this ain't no real guess who did it. So it's only a matter of time for he get caught up. What he gonna claim? Self-defense. The man was begging for his life.
Yep.
Okay. How you gonna claim self-defense to the man begging for his life?
Yep.
Okay. He wasn't begging you to shoot him. That's for damn sure. So it is what it is, man. Let me try something. Can you hear this?
Yep. Perfect.
Okay.
Can you hear this? Applause. We both got some toys on our end. I
got
the more you know.
Yeah. Okay. That's what
I was right here. All that perfect.
That's what I was.
Yeah. Play around with all that. Mess around with all that, man.
That's what I was working on earlier. In fact, I know how to change some sounds. I'm gonna play with this during the week and bring this to the forefront. Put some nice in the show. Okay.
Nice. I like that hat, man. By the way.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you.
I need one.
You got one?
If you have a dad hat, I like dad hats. So if you got a dad hat one, I'll pay extra for it.
Dad hat is the one with the duck. I call them duck bills. Okay.
Dad hats are the ones they look kind of funky. This would be considered a dad hat, I guess.
I prefer dad hats. Okay. I'm a
Mhm.
dad. I got a gang of dad hats. But my boy who did my hat, good looking out for me, Pastor E over in LBC, he kind of surprised me with the flat bill, and he gave me a flat bill and a beanie, and the beanie gone already. Somebody jacked me for my beanie already, and I got some t-shirts, so I got some hoodies made up. So yeah, I'm gonna order for some dad hats, and as soon as they get here, you got one coming.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Yeah, it looks like Marlon likes those sound effects. He says when Unc starts preaching, hit the organ like they do in church. Oh, I got an organ sound effect, so we're gonna play around, man.
You got it. Yeah, dude, it's just amazing, man. That folks still think they can actually commit crimes like that and get away with it. I mean, when you can be seen on camera from bank cameras and traffic cameras in all type of situations, damn near follow you to your house by camera. Dude, you need to rethink your whole game. It's a different game out here, man. You know, and you wonder why the prisons are full of brothers or unintelligent individuals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Well, something that's kind of connected to Slim 400's death, and you and I have briefly talked about this person, and I found it funny when you texted me earlier that you wanted to chat about this guy, because about 6 months ago, Lonzo, I brought this guy's name up on my show, and you were like, yeah, I heard his name, but I don't know enough about him. So we barely talked about him for about 30 seconds. But I remember telling you at that time, I said, give it a month or two, you're going to hear this guy's name everywhere. I'm obviously talking about Charleston White, who needs no introduction. He says some interesting stuff. He said F Nipsey Hussle. He said F Slim 400. F Young. I mean, he's been very disrespectful. Talk to me about Charleston White, man.
Ooh, you know, and when I say this, I'm not on his radar right now. I'm not big enough to be on his radar, or at least not yet. Charleston White has a lot of good points, but he's very disrespectful. Mm-hmm. You know, it's what he says and how he says it. I don't wish bad luck on nobody, but somebody gonna catch you slipping. Because you are dipping, you pissing in the wrong pool, Doc. You pissing in the wrong pool. You know, the way he says things, the way he emphasizes, have so much venom in his voice. It's like, dude, I hear what you're saying to a certain degree, but the way you say it is you almost wishing death on yourself. And by doing that, you almost wishing death on them, but you're also wishing death on yourself, because you're talking about people got a lot of love for folks, man. You know, I heard him say, fuck all gangbangers if they died, you know, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, I understand how you may feel. And I'm going to say something kind of in Charles' defense. And some of y'all might not like me for saying this. Y'all might tune out after this right here. But I've watched gangbanging over the years. It has been a real cancer in our community. It has not benefited anyone. Okay, I've yet to see it benefit anyone. It's an illusion of security that's only within a certain area. It doesn't apply outside of where you live. It causes you to have to live like a deer in hunting season. You're constantly looking over your shoulder. You're always in fear of a drive-by or somebody getting with you. And yes, you got numbers as long as you with your boys, but as soon as you're not with your boys, you got to travel in a pack just to maintain security. And then at any given time, somebody in that pack may cause you to go to war for something you have nothing to do with. Okay? But you have to defend this because he's from the hood. I understand we got a lot of hood love. I got hood love for all my boys too. But there's certain things, as a grown-ass man, I'm not getting out of my bed to go deal with some stuff that I know they had nothing to do with. Plus, I got enough sense to question the situation before it goes down. And a lot of brothers are doing hard time, dead, or whatever the case may be, just trying to prove themselves to be something they're not. And for the game to have changed as much as it has in the past 20 years, it don't pay like it. I mean, the benefits are not there. And this is, I guess, Charleston White is saying the same thing, but he's saying it in a very foul, demonic way. I don't wish death on no brother. I wish every brother would get some education and get some understanding, because understanding is better than education if you know how to apply it. Okay. Some brothers get to understand that, hey man, so we can survive in this community, because what applies in our hood don't apply no place else. Okay. We the only one that's focused on killing each other. We the only one to do that. Then yeah, essays have their problems, but look at their communities. Okay. Yeah. But look at their communities. Okay. The focus they may have some groups that may get into it, but it don't affect the progress of their overall community. Look at Compton. Okay. I'm not mad at nobody that's Spanish. Trust me. I got family granddaughters that are half Latino. But you have to understand the movement. Everything has a place. And for some reason, the thug life and the gang life is people who are not of that life try to be in that, and it deteriorates the whole purpose, because everybody ain't a thug. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Everybody ain't a thug. But your boy, he's disrespectful. I hope somebody yank his chain, but at his age, it probably won't do no good, because he's gonna keep on doing what he's doing until somebody puts something on him that's gonna make him understand. You can't say that, man. You know, you can say things, bruh. We might want to rethink our position on this gang thing. But the fuck everybody and oh man, good, he dead. Man, come on, dude. People got family, people got loved ones, dude. Somebody gonna get with you. Trust me.
Yeah, man. And the interesting thing about Charleston White is, and this can all be traced in YouTube timeline, back when I had about 5,000 subscribers in early 2020, I was one of, if not the first people to interview Charleston White. This is way before the Nipsey Hussle, like way before the antics of him being, what he's doing now. And after our interview, we stayed in touch. I still have his number in my phone to this day. And he wanted to do business with me about a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. And I told him, I said, you're too hot, dude. I said, I can't. I live in Los Angeles, bro. I live in Los Angeles, dog. I can't walk around Los Angeles safely with you saying the stuff you're saying. And keep in mind, Lonzo, this was 2 years ago, and he was saying not even a quarter of the disrespectful stuff. He turned it up. And he even told me, he's like, man, I'll turn it down. I'll turn it down, if you want to do. He was, legit trying to do business with me. And I was just like, nah, dog, because I see where you're going. And if anything, he didn't turn it down. He turned it all the way up. Oh, and it's so dangerous. I'll tell him to this day to his face, what you doing is dangerous, dude. Dangerous, and I can't be involved with it.
Sean 283. No, I don't agree with him, but I do understand what he's.
Of course, that's why I interviewed him, because I understood what he was saying underneath. He was saying, but all that disrespectful shit.
I'll never be disrespectful to nobody, because everybody believe what they believe or do what they do for a reason. I can't share that sympathy. But what I can say is, being from the hood, being here all my life, and watch it evolve, and watch the code get eroded. See, the problem I see right now is there's no code. The code is eroded. Used to be a time, if you wasn't with it, nobody really messed with you. Okay, it was limited to people that were really doing it, but it became popular. It became fashionable. It's like a pair of tight ass jeans. Folks, first, only certain guys wore tight jeans. Now everybody wear tight jeans. Okay, so you got folks on both sides of the team, red and blue, killing each other. You got folks. It almost don't make a difference to be, because you got folks that was on the blue team. It ain't the blue team no more. They doing something else, and the red team is it's disorganized, and it's not prosperous. It's not prosperous. There's no advantage to our community. I mean, come on, man, think about this. All it does is make the hood hot. Okay, bodies drop. When bodies drop, hoods get hot. Okay, and the people that tape off the bodies and get paid for locking up the shooters, they don't give a damn. And it's the same thing I said about hip hop, man. The people that's making the money off of hip hop don't give a damn about them rappers getting killed.
Hell no.
They don't give a damn about the rappers getting killed. They ain't killing their kids. They don't know nobody in this situation. The guy that's going to jail, the guy that's getting buried. They don't know. All they know is the streams are going to go up, and if there's an insurance policy, the man's coming with a check in the mail. Simple as that. That's all that matters to them. And that's the part we have to understand, that it's bigger than our emotions. Okay, and that's the part we have to learn to control as a people. That's how the Black Panthers and all the other organizations of the 60s and 70s got infiltrated, because they played mind games, and they kept them fighting. Your boy J. Edgar was notorious for sending letters about PvP and different folks, and keep them fighting amongst themselves. So eventually they destroyed themselves. How is it? Think about this for a minute, man. Y'all know this, but I do, because I was there. The Black Panthers were not a anti-community, anti-police organization. They didn't want the police messing with us. They protected their community. They fed kids. But when the FBI got through with them, they were a terrorist group, and they made sure they destroyed themselves. And all they didn't do to themselves, they did the rest. But,
no, I'm with you. I'm with you.
The Bloods have been a part of the community I'm not gonna say destroying the community, but creating terror in the community amongst themselves, and they've been allowed to flourish for 50 years. If anything that's good for Black folks, trust me, will not flourish for long. It ain't gonna flourish for long, dude. It ain't gonna flourish for long. Anybody got something good to say about Black folks, they ain't gonna flourish for long. They ban everything. Okay?
Yep.
Hip hop example. Chuck D, you don't see him no place. You see Flavor Flav everywhere. Come on, man. Hip hop example. Okay, so you see that. When Professor Griff said what he said back in the day, he had to go. And Public Enemy ain't had the same impact since then. Meanwhile, Flavor Flav done had 3-4 television shows. Okay? He didn't have 3-4 shows. He had a roast that made me like, ooh, dude, you gonna take that? Because I'd be fighting on Comedy Central. You can't call me a crispity roasted black ass nothing. You can't do that. Even if it's true, I'm finna go to war. So what I'm saying is, folks, I understand that most of y'all have grown up in this lifestyle, and you're very familiar with it. Okay. But I remember a different time when the hood wasn't like this. It was, hey, yeah, we had gangsters, but that's all you walking, hey, what's up, boy? Go on, get out of here. Your mama have a fit. And that's what it was for me. And I understood that. And even some of my partners, we talked about that the other day. Me and my boy Omar Bradley, former mayor of Compton. Same thing with him. He was playing football. If you played football, sports, something like that, shit. They didn't mess with you too much. Eve After Dark, the gangsters loved the fact that I put a club in the hood for them to come to, and they made sure nobody messed with me, man. I survived. Thank God, never been robbed, never been jacked, never been beat up. I had some fights, but the fights I had was personal. It wasn't me somebody trying to take over nothing. No. So when I see what I see, and I've experienced what I experienced, again, I'm older than y'all. So I've seen things y'all ain't never seen before. I've seen Peace in the Hood. I've seen back up. Saturday, Compton, California. I'm DJing the car show. We got about 200 low riders, beautiful cars, bikes, 3-wheelers, motorcycles, everything. All triple OGs like myself. Not one security guard. Not one security guard. Not one fight, not one hassle, not one disturbance, not anything. Because we know how to do that. Okay? We know how to say, excuse me. Oh, man, my bad, bro. Now, if he's went over there with a nail or a key and started scratching them cars, he'd have got his ass beat. But because nobody that stupid, and I looked around the room. I'm on the stage. I DJ for like 6 hours that day. I looked around the room, man. It wasn't a lot of youngsters. There were some few young guys there, but it wasn't the guys that need to see that. They weren't there. Okay, the guys that need to see that. It's like when you go to church and all the women and the mamas and the girlfriends praying for the gangbangers. The gangbangers need to be in church hearing the prayers. The preacher he preaching to the choir and the mama, but the brothers need to hear them prayers. They out in the streets. They need to see that. But we did it. We didn't do it for the grown ass men. We did it for the kids. The kids need to see grown Black folks and Latino folks getting together, hanging out, passing out toys. My organization, Lyrical Revolution, we passed out toys. I DJ'd. my girl Rita and her guy Gary put together a hell of a car show. We had bombs, we had low riders, they had a little hopping contest. It was really a great situation because we know how to conduct ourselves in our environment, and that's something we need to try and transfer to some of the youngsters. But like I said, folks, Charleston White, dude, like my man says, he writing the check. Somebody gonna cash that son bitch. Somebody gonna swipe his credit card. You watch.
Yeah.
And I see him in situations with Marv and the other brother, the cripple.
Mob James. He's done. Yeah, he's had a couple. Melvin Farmer.
Huh?
Melvin Farmer.
He found a reason to get the fuck up out of there real quick. Okay. The dude might weigh 150 pounds, dude. Unless you got some serious bodyguards off camera, you might want to watch your mouth because you're disrespectful. He's disrespectful. Yep. Go ahead, Doc.
Sean is saying so he's wrong because he's not scared. I guarantee there's a little fear in Charleston White's heart. You can't be that stupid to not fear now. I mean, he may have a little extra courage because he's in a state where you could walk into a Walmart with a gun on your hip, but I think Charleston White is still scared of. I think he's not stupid. He's scared of shit.
You know what, man? People, these cameras, this YouTube, this internet shit be getting niggas' asses beat like a son bitch, okay?
Mm-hmm.
He know when to get out. He talk that shit as he leaving, okay? I've seen it happen before. I've seen people, man, you know what? If it wasn't for me, if I didn't have to go home right now, I'd be, yeah, okay, go ahead.
Okay, sure, buddy. Yeah.
You wasn't calling me right now. Where your phone at? You my man, you hear that? Mama. Okay, so, again, Doc, he's getting what he wants. He's getting attention. We're talking about it. He's, and Lonzo ain't gonna do no shit like that. Lonzo ain't got the clown, ain't got to disrespect nobody to get that kind of. If you want that kind of attention, I don't. That's like a girl. You get mad when you wearing this low cut dress, but you mad.
Damn, Compton girl. Okay. Compton girl just donated $50, man. Again, Compton girl. Wow. Damn. Thank you so much.
We gonna have to go out and we have to go out.
You got to do something for Compton girl. We got to figure something out that we can do for her. That's 2 weeks in a row. Thank you. By the way, if you guys want to donate, there's a little $ right below. Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you, Compton girl. Shout out to you. Any questions? The floor is yours. Go for it, Alonzo. Keep going, man.
Yeah. Well,
I just want to give her a shout out.
He got a he does get out there before he threatened lawsuits. Yeah, and all that's good and dandy because most of the people that he threatened lawsuits again, they probably can't afford. No, they probably got enough strikes to lose a baseball game. So he understands who he's dealing with. But again, at some point, one time, somebody ain't gonna care. Okay, Somebody ain't gonna care. Somebody ain't gonna care. And one of them youngsters, that's probably what's gonna happen. Somebody who got a fresh record, who just, I need to win some points for the homies, and I gotta go deal with this fool just to shut him up.
Yeah.
And that's how
little 16-year-old, 17-year-old do 3 years and out.
Yeah. Okay.
Crazy, man.
Folks, we got 65 people in the room right now. We're doing fantastic.
Dope. I love that. If you guys can hit the like button when you enter the building, Lonzo and I would really, really appreciate it. Hit the like button and hit the notification bell. That way you get notified every time we release content. Hey, Lonzo, what's that dignity quote that your podcast professor told you when you asked him, is there a way to you got to end this Charleston White thing? You have to end it with that because that's perfect right there.
The brother Ahmad Santos, the guy who turned me on to YouTube and got me proficient in YouTube, aside from Dusty. He was my professor at the Brotherhood Crusade. I took an afternoon class, and I asked him, I said, man, is there any way you can have a successful YouTube channel and not keep your dignity? He said, probably not. And Charleston is a good example of that. It's real hard to sit here and speak like you got some sense without, especially on a delicate subject like that. Okay, if I went off like Charleston, my numbers would go through the roof because everybody's going to share this thing.
Exactly.
Everybody's going to share it. They're gonna like it. They're gonna dislike it. They're gonna comment. My numbers go through the roof. But before I do that, man, I'll get off the channel first. I'm not gonna do that to myself. I'm not gonna look over my shoulder because I just said something stupid to get some likes. Them likes ain't gonna cover your ass when them bullets start flying. Okay? They ain't gonna cover your ass when people start beating your ass. When Lonzo goes to some place, I just told the story today, man. I told this story today. I was in Inglewood.
Keep going, Lonzo. Give me 2 minutes. Keep going.
I was in Inglewood at Norm's on Crenshaw Imperial, and this cat walked up. He looked at me, and he said, "Yeah." This dude was blued down, tatted all over his neck, earlobes, everything. The cat looked very intimidating just to look at him. Yeah, man, I know you. And I had to put my hand on my steak knife. Yeah, what's up, Doc? Yeah, man, you Lonzo. Yeah, what's up, dude? Man, I see you on YouTube all the time, man. I love what you be doing, man. Much love. Reached out, shook my hand. So, because I'm everywhere, I ain't never had a hood issue. I ain't never had a problem going nowhere. I never had a problem. I go too many places by myself most of the time. And when people recognize me or say something to me, I don't want them to be looking at me for to check me on something I said on YouTube. Not that I'm no punk by no means, but it's just some things just ain't cool, man. And I'm not gonna sell myself short like that. I didn't do it in the beginning. I ain't gonna do it too well for it now. I'm not gonna go ahead and let YouTube get my ass whooped. Are you crazy?
No.
That's what happens. A lot of cats will let YouTube get their ass whooped, or they be YouTube gangsters. I'm a real dude. I ain't no gangster, but I ain't no punk by no means. So I'm gonna leave it like that. Let's go to another subject.
Yeah. Yo, all right, Chicago, man. First off, before I get into this next story that is also gone viral this week, Chicago homicides are worse they've been in almost 30 years. As of this recording today, 778 people have been killed in Chicago in a small, and this is all a small section of Chicago we're talking about, Lonzo. We ain't talking about the whole of Chicago. You know this. It's a very small section. A popular figure, O.Block.A. Roy, was shot and killed in Chicago on camera. This happened within the past 48 hours. I don't know if you're familiar with it. The cold part about this is, Lonzo, him and the guy fought head up. They were scrapping head up. Boom, boom, boom. O.Block.A. Roy got the best of him. Beat his ass like a fair fight. Boom. He turns away, walks away, bam, shoots him. Right after they just had a fair get down, fair scrap. Dude that lost ends up shooting the guy. Different time. Talk to me, man, because you grew up in a time where you scrapped, you fought, dog, and you're here to see another. You're here.
You scrapped, you fought, and when the cat, if you lost the fight, man, you shook his hand. All right, dude, much love, man. And dude, I've got guys right to this day that we've had fights, lost some, won some. If I see him, what up, Doc? And we laugh about that shit, man, because we not so sensitive, bitch-made motherfuckers. We not sensitive. I took an ass whooping. Yeah, we had a problem. I took an ass whooping, or I gave an ass whooping, and he accepted it like a man and went on by this business. Okay, dude, that right there is just some shit that just don't make no sense, man. If you can't accept loss, a loss is like a win. Both of them is a lesson. Okay, you're gonna learn what to do. Sometimes you're gonna learn what not to do. Okay. And to sit here and put all because usually the gallery gets you to do some dumb shit. You gonna take that ass whooping, man? Here, black that fool up, and that's what happens. You caught up in your emotions, and before you realize that you got 10 seconds, cost you 29, 30, 25 to life. 10 seconds cost you 25 to life. My boy, I got a pot of mine. My boy, loved him to death. One of my roommates was at the back in the 80s, was at the Colors movie. Same thing happened to him. That's why I then got into a fight. Before he realized it, he shot this dude. He did 32 years in the penitentiary. 32 years, okay? Because he lost his cool for 10 seconds.
Man, dude. It's a cold game out there, man. Yeah, shout out to everybody in the building. It's a nice turnout tonight, man. Nice turnout tonight. Now, go ahead.
No, I don't think. My man says, "Who's this?" I can't read this.
Let's see.
Pacomania Red.
Oh, Pacoima Red. Pacoima Red. I saw that come in. What did he say?
I don't think they even play, man. That's the difference. I don't think
niggas is not playing fair no more. He says.
They don't play at all, man. Okay, and, dude. That's some cut. I mean, are we that savage that anytime you can't have your way, you got to go kill somebody? Think about that. No matter what happens, you got to go kill somebody? I mean, anytime you are dissatisfied with anything that somebody does. Oh, I got to kill you. Come on, man. We're going to keep on. The prison industrial complex is going to flourish on our backs, and they're going to keep locking people up, and we're going to keep job security for a group of people no matter what. It's going to be job security in all these penitentiaries around the country that we're complaining about. Oh, there's privatized prison. Meanwhile, a lot of people out here are keeping their occupancy on a high level because you doing stuff that's keeping folks locked up, which means somebody else get a job for babysitting your ass for 25 to life. For every person that goes to jail for 25 to life, that is a job, 20 years and retirement for somebody else. Understand that, man. Let me talk about this story. I saw a story about this guy. He was in prison, and he was in prison, and his dad was in prison. He gets to prison, and his dad is showing him, don't go over here. This is where the essays are. Stay with the area near, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, a white guy comes to prison. White guy, he's a guard. His son comes to work for the prison. He's showing his son the same thing. But his son gets to go home, and it snapped. Here we are, 2 generations. One is being prepped to live here, and one's being prepped to work here. And it just and it's just a cold game, man. It's a cold game.
Damn.
Keep playing it. And that's the part that is at some point in time you wonder, don't nobody see that but certain people? I mean, to play certain games and we never win? We never win? What game have we ever played? Did we ever won? Come on, man.
Streets are undefeated.
Huh?
Streets are undefeated.
Streets are undefeated, baby. We ain't won the gang banging game. We ain't won the dope game. We ain't won the money in the hood game. I mean, as soon as we get some money, you got everybody's mama waiting on us to give it to them for some hair, some chicken, some Hennessy. And when you go to their communities, you can't open up a pack of cigarettes. So it is what it is, man.
Yo, let's give a quick shout out to Montana Max. He donated $4.99. Really appreciate it. And he even said his donation looks weak compared to Compton Girls. No donation is weak. Like, thank you for if you have $1, that's love. You know, thank you, Montana Max. But he has a question let's put him to the front of the line. He says, do y'all invest in the stock market? I personally do. I think it's very important to make money while you're sleeping. I don't think there's a way to make it in this country. If you don't, I hate to say it, but I believe that the American dream that we grew up on, Alonzo grew up on, I don't know if it exists anymore. And I think that with phones, that everybody has an opportunity to put themselves on an equal playing field. You have apps like Robinhood that you can jump on. There's certain apps that you could take advantage of it. And if you have any specific questions, Montana Max, hit me up on IG. I don't want to bore everybody with stock talk tonight, but if you have a personal question, hit me up. Lonzo, would you like to chime in on that?
Yeah, man. I bought my stock through Square. I was just messing around. Somebody told me I could do it, and I just had some money on Square. I just started sliding money over there, and it's been growing. I mean, you told me about the AMC thing, man. We both made money on that
back
deal.
in the day. Yeah.
You know, we made money in the AMC situation. Gotta put some money away, man, because I'm an old dude, man. I may look young, but I'm an old dude, so I'm pretty much retired. I do this because I enjoy doing it. I don't have a job, okay? So I am I'm technically retired from the club business, but I'm busy than ever before in my nonprofit and my other small businesses. But I always put money away, man. I did that before I had that, so now. I got little mutual funds and some stocks or whatever the case may be. And dude, it's surprised when you get your statement because you forget about it. You get that statement, hey, shit, okay.
Yep.
Okay, he goes again. And it's just something, man, that my mom and dad wasn't really up on it. But my partners were, and if your partners ain't into trying to do something besides getting high and playing video games, you need some new partners.
I had to do that.
If you want to get high, chase ass, and play video games and spend money on the weekend, you might need some new partners. My partners, we always talking about making some money. That's why me and Dusty like each other.
Yep.
Dusty partners, okay?
That's right.
Me and Dusty came to interview me one day. We ain't stopped being friends since then.
Facts.
Okay, he came to interview me on a humbug. Just another cat that wanted to interview Lonzo, and we've been cool ever since, folks.
Yes.
Because we on the same page. Okay?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Partners
I need people like you in my life, man.
I ain't mad. Same here. Get people like you on your same page, or get you a new book.
Mm-hmm. Yo, 83 people in the building, Lonzo. I don't think we've had 83 people in a long time, if ever. When we get 100 people in the building, I'm going to do my happy dance. If you guys want to see my happy dance, get us to 100 people live, and I'm going to do it right here live, man. When we get to that's dope. 81 people. Really appreciate you guys. Damn.
My count is 85, so we look different. Mine, we got $5 more.
State and West is $5. Is there any chance you can reissue the World Class Wrecking Crew albums on vinyl, Lonzo? They are out of print, and I want to get mint copies. Thank you, Satan West. Lonzo.
Satan West, I would love to, man. But I checked. I was actually going to do a series of picture discs for Juice, Surgery, and the World Class album. But the list, the waiting list for pressing anything is 18 months.
That's right.
I won't get it to 2023.
Crazy.
Okay, nothing. I mean, because we had being unknown had this conversation just the other day. Rainbow Records was the #1 pressing plant here in California. Bill Smith was one. Rainbow was another one, and both of them shut down. So there's no major pressing plants this side of the Mason-Dixon line. So everything has to be shipped over past Texas, I believe. And then the rest of the country is coming there too. So the waiting list is growing further and further back every month. So it might be 2 years now.
Wow. Do you know why there's no one that's jumping on this? It seems like this is big money. Is there the technologies kind of like what?
Pressing plants fell off so bad during the CD era, and then they started easing back. And I would think, man, it's like one of them situations when everybody is going digital. Nobody has CD players in their car anymore. Most people don't have CD players in their car no more. Most cars come with USB drives. So it's like a niche market. So it's real hard to and to have a pressing plant. You got to have all kinds of EPA stuff. You got to have steamers. You got to have all these things. I was a regular customer of Bill Smith Custom Records in El Segundo for years, and he showed me all the things he had to go through. And one violation could get you shut down. If you got a bad boiler or a valve that don't release.
Oh wow!
Supposed to, and because you have they got these big compressors. Boilers to keep to melt the vinyl. These things have to be kept at a certain temperature, but also if things go wrong, that something can go through the roof like a rocket. So you have to be in certain areas, and this is all kind of complications. You have to be in the right area, and it has to be worth your while. You're talking about $1 million just to get started, man. If you can find the presses, gotcha. If you can find the presses. Bill Smith, he had old manual presses. You had to have somebody actually sit there and pull that something down. McCullough had automatic presses where, just the machine did all the work. So one operator could actually work 2 machines, but it's just, it ain't no joke, man. It ain't no joke.
Makes a lot of sense. Okay. Before we move on, do you have a back in the day segment this week?
No, man. I don't, Doc. I was,
okay.
Stuff early. I got a big show tomorrow. I'm doing the first. I'm shooting 4 episodes for my television show tomorrow. The release party on my Roku. Right, yeah. So I've been kind of preoccupied with that. I apologize for not doing something else. But man, this is really it's growing. It's growing so fast. I didn't plan for it to do all this. I got 20 acts. I'm shooting tomorrow. 4 episodes with 20 acts, and I've been coordinating with the venue. The video producer, the audio sound man, my production team, the artists. I'm a one man, right? I've been a one man operation all week, so I ain't no excuses, but that's what's happening. So, and my nonprofit is doing 3 toy giveaways this month. So I just did one Saturday. I got one coming up this Saturday, and another one coming up on the 23rd. So it's usually this time of year I'm waiting on New Year's Eve, but shit, I'm busy as hell.
Damn. Someone asked what the Black population of Compton is nowadays. And someone actually I'm looking now, someone actually said 32.9%. Was there a time when Compton, well, yeah, there was obviously a time when Compton was mostly Black, right? When was the shift, that you remember?
The shift started, man, always, shift started probably in the late 80s, man, because when Compton, and this is something else people don't realize, drugs and gangbanging cause people to move out of the community, okay? Man, when people's family members start, your sons, you got 3-4 sons, and 2 of them got killed in gang violence. You look up, you can sell your house in Compton, move to Moreno Valley, or move to Lancaster, something like that, and you think you get a better house, but in some cases you taking the problem with you. But nonetheless, you in a different area, and it gives you a fresh start. You don't have the same memories, and people come to Compton. And a lot of Latinos, they have a different way of buying houses. They're a whole 2 families to buy a house. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
people want a house. Okay, and hey, next thing you know, they own the house next door. So that's it. Some people say it's myth. I've seen it happen, and you got people who have a different agenda. Okay, different agenda. I don't want to get here and talk about this, man, because I don't want to seem racist. But when you watch and see certain things, when you see things, and it's not a stereotype, it's something I see. Okay, when you see folks hustling their tamales and them tacos at night.
I mean, that's a good. You're not downing anybody. These motherfuckers hustle. They own businesses.
I watch things, and some people want to take things, and no matter good what your good intentions are,
right.
interpret them to be something negative. And it's not negative. They got a different hustle mode than we do. Okay,
mm-hmm.
They have a different hustle mode than we do. And they'll eat different things than we do, save their money, and buy different things than we do. They'll do. My daddy, I was a gardener. I ain't seen a Black gardener in God knows how long. Mm-hmm. My dad used to be a gardener. I used to be a gardener. I cut lawns. Next door in my house. I cut my own lawn when I was a kid. I cut all the lawns in the neighborhood. I ain't seen a Black gardener over here in decades. Okay? I haven't seen him. I don't see them no more. They took over that business. Okay, and then they also took over the lawnmower repair shops. Okay, used to be I'm
smart
because I was once a part of. I am a small engines technician since I was 16 years old. Between go-karts, mini bikes, and lawnmowers, I could work on a Briggs & Stratton engine with my fucking eyes closed. Okay, and when I did it in Gardena, California, a Yamaha company, one of my first jobs. I learned all that stuff, and at that time, my dad was competing with the Japanese gardeners. Okay, there was a few Black gardeners, but mostly in Gardena, there were a lot of Asian gardeners. And Yamaha company, which is a Japanese-owned company, they had the Gardena gardening on lock. Okay, flowers, fertilizer, lawnmower repair, everything. They were servicing their people, and shit. Next thing I know, down the street, they got another one, Hernandez, okay? And they servicing their people. And it's just how the game goes, man. When I was on Avalano Segundo.
Damn, we hit 100 people, Lonzo.
Oh, shit!
Hold on now. Damn. That's the dance I do when I enter the room with my lady, man. 100 people in the building. We hit it.
I got 102. Somebody say almost 100. Now, Compton girl, we got 102 on
It just bounces. It's bouncing from 97 to 102.
Okay, all right. But it's just when I was on Avalano Segundo, when I first got there, it was Clark's Drugs. It was Vons, a regular Vons, and now that Vons is another store. It's something else now. But when you go into the store and see the products come from Mexico. Okay. And a lot of the clientele is from Mexico. So what happens is they learn how they take care of their own people. They support themselves. The closest thing I see to a Black grocery store is my boy over there on Eugene over on Compton Boulevard, Central and Central and Rosecrans, the grocery outlet. He's the owner over there. Okay, mm-hmm. And he caters to everybody, but he has a lot of stuff that I like because I like eating turkey products. But again, man, it's just that's something we missing. We missing. You know, we missing we missing the neighborhood grocery store. We, you know, it used to be a time after the riots, all the liquor stores, laundromats, restaurants in the hood was all black. Okay, and
crazy. I can't even imagine that, man.
Okay, all right. I told somebody the other day, I miss Sherm heads. I miss
fix your shit and not steal it, huh?
Sherm heads was entertaining. Okay, as bad a drug Sherm head was, Sherm heads as bad a drug as Sherm, phencyclidine, PCP was. It could mess your brain up. It was the results from the drug. You might get somebody doing traffic in the middle of the street butt naked. Okay, they was entertaining. Okay. But when they dropped that crack in our neighborhood, man, when they dropped crack into the hood, the crack changed everything. The crackhead was vicious. The dope deal, the person selling the crack was even more vicious, and it created a situation that made the hood just almost unbearable to live in, dude. And so many people sold out and got out of here because people were. If you had a liquor store, at some point in time, you was gonna get shot or robbed, okay? But that's before they had the big ass plastic glass. They didn't have it.
I remember that.
Used to be a time the banks didn't have it, liquor stores didn't have it. And then after a while, just the banks had the thick glass. Now, when the new owners came in, they didn't look like us. They came in. First thing they did was put all the valuable shit behind the thick glass. Okay, think about that. When you go to a liquor store, behind the thick glass is where all the valuable shit is. The Hennessy, the cigarettes. You can steal all the potato chips you want to in the front. You can steal all the beer you want to, but you ain't gonna get no cigarettes. You ain't gonna get no Hennessy, no alcohol. That shit's expensive as hell. Okay.
Yeah.
They rearranged the stores, and then came in the swap meets. Okay. Now the swap meets was portable stores, basically little. I ain't got to tell you, they were little small 8x8 spots that was of products that was brought in from China before Amazon. Hey, J Rose dropped 10 on this, Doc.
Yeah. I was gonna let you finish. She said, "Great show once again, fellas. Keep dropping that knowledge on them." Thank you, J Roos. Theory, really, really appreciate that. One love, really. Thank you.
So now you got before Amazon, you had the swap meets getting the stuff from China. The T-shirts, the tennis shoes, the pants, the knockoff everything. So the swap meets was a hot spot for a long time. So you got cats that was selling dope in the streets, shooting at each other back and forth, okay? And those that lived took their money to the swap meet and bought shit. Tires for their car, speakers, all that shit made from China. That's how you got Walmart. It was a guy on YouTube. He went to Walmart. He was gonna pay somebody $1,000. You can find me an American-made product in Walmart.
Oh,
he kept his money.
Right.
He kept his money. Okay, so this is what we experience, and now Amazon kicking everybody in the ass. Kicking everybody in the ass. Swap meets is empty as hell, except for the one in Del Amo, and even that one. And understand that one. That one right there. No. That right there is probably the most integrated swap meet I've seen yet.
You're right. That's Asian, Latino, everybody. Black, yeah.
No. It ain't just one group in there. That's some mission. No. We got something for everybody over here.
That's facts.
We gonna coexist. Okay.
African spot over there. Yeah.
Yeah. So it makes a big difference, man. And this is something I think we have to understand the economics, and we have to learn. Sometimes we got to put bullshit aside and just do business. And that's what it boils down to. Let the bullshit go and do the business.
Man. Let the bullshit go and do the business. That should be the quote of the night right there, man. Damn, dude.
I talked for an hour, Dad, by myself, man.
Hey, I would love your thoughts on this quote. Bootsy, who is always on Vlog TV, he has some interesting point of views on things, and he made a comment today, and I would love your thoughts on it. He said, and I quote, "When you sign to a major label, you'll never see a check." Break it down.
Most of the time, understand this. I got about 6 minutes to break this down. Most of the time.
Oh shit! We started early. That's right.
Yeah. I'm gonna do the hour, ain't no problem. The hour plus. But when you sign a record deal, when you walk in with your demo, you own 100% of that demo. But when you sign that record deal, they give you a check to take control of that master, your name,
Damn,
just everything.
Compton girl just dropped another 50 bones, man. She said for the 100 viewers again. Wow, dog.
Much love,
I'm speechless.
Yeah.
I'm speechless.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you, Doctor.
Damn.
Hell of a way to celebrate.
Damn. Merry Christmas. Dang. Nice. All right, keep going. Thank you, Compton girl.
You drop the when you do that. Now what happens is you basically get your advance check is technically a loan. Okay, they loan you money to create the product that they own and that you owe them for that loan. Here's the crazy shit in the world. You get a loan to create a project for their company that they own, that you now owe them money. You got to pay them back the money that you use to make the product that they own. That's some crazy shit. Okay? That's some crazy shit. And you're not getting paid based on the actual sales. You're getting paid based on your royalty rate. So if you're, just for simplicity's sake, if your royalty rate is $1 per album, which very possibly could be, $1 per album, you have to sell 100,000 albums to get back to zero. You have to sell 100,000 albums to get back to zero. Okay? So at 100,000 albums, I say CDs. I'm gonna say CDs because I like that number even better. Sell 100,000.
115 in the building. Sorry, 116 in the. I'm getting excited seeing these numbers go up. Keep going, Lonzo. Some. We just cracked the algorithm or something. Something happened. Keep going.
Supposed to pull the plug out my ass or something.
You got Charleston White on the other line or something, dog? You didn't tell us.
When you sell 100,000 CDs at $10 a piece, 100,000 times is what? Ain't that like 10 million or something like that? Or that's $1 million.
100,000 times 10 is $1 million.
Okay, so you just generated $1 million for the company, but you still at zero for yourself. You made $100,000. You made $1 million for the company, but you at zero for yourself because all you did was paid back the money that you got. So now they can start giving you putting the royalty in there, providing that they don't add any more to that budget. Which means if they give you a release party, that goes against your money. If you hire you a tour bus, that goes against your money. So you could theoretically be constantly put back into debt, have a platinum record, and still not get any money. Well, not platinum, but maybe a gold record and still not get any money. Okay?
Hey, can you take a quick break real quick? Montana Max just dropped $9.99 again. And he has a question. We might have to stay over, Lon. We might have to stay. I'm chilling. Seeing numbers like this, I'm chilling. I ain't interested in going nowhere. But Montana Max says, Lonzo, who inspired you to become a businessman at such an early age?
You know, dude, my last job, it kind of hit me real early at about 2021 when I would work with my dad. My dad had a regular job. He cut lawns on the weekends, and he would make more money sometimes cutting trees and doing stuff on the weekends than he did at his job. And he would make comments, but he had a family. He couldn't quit. He couldn't quit his regular job. That's where his benefits came from. And when I started DJing, I'd make 150 on a Friday, 150 on Saturday. Sometimes I make another 150 on a Sunday. Sometimes I do 2 gigs in one night. I might make $500 or $550 for 3 days work. But then I went to my other job. I worked 5 days a week at the record distributing company. I'm bringing home $166. I don't give a damn what I do. I spend 40 hours to make $166 bring home, and I work 15 hours on the weekend and made $500. I'm like, this is not making no sense. And then I got fired. But I tell you what I did do. When after I left broadcast school, I was telling my daughter this morning, because my nephew was doing my grandson is doing some different things. I went to El Camino College. I took a couple of business classes. Okay. And in those business classes, I learned a lot about business and how people think. And one of the questions the professor asked was, would you rather be an accountant that make $30,000 a year or have a business that made coat hangers making $300,000 a year? And a lot of people said, I'd rather be, you rather have the security of being an accountant making $30,000 a year, working for a man who owned a business making coat hangers and he made $300,000 a year. And a lot of people were very adamant about the security part. Yeah, I'd rather make the $30,000 guaranteed and coat hangers. And it's like, coat hangers? People don't respect certain things. I'm the king of coat hangers. Motherfuckers say what? People don't respect that. So I'm like, dude, I'd rather be the coat hanger dude, okay? And wasn't a lot of people that understood that. And because I got it, the teacher said something, you'll make a good entrepreneur. And I just stuck with it. Shortly after that, I started DJing, and I didn't have any competition, and I started growing so fast, man. It was just amazing for me. And before I knew it, I had my own nightclub. And at 22 years old, you have to learn real fast. You got people to pay, you got rent to pay, you got responsibilities. Plus, I was hit with responsibility at a very young age. 18 years old, I had my daughter was born as I call it, my graduation present, because she was born the day before high school. Okay. Satan West, another 5 on you. Much love.
Man, thank you. He says, I used to have a mixtape back in the day by DJ Battery Brain called Action Pack Rap Attack. I don't know nothing about him. Can you give some info on him? DJ Battery Brain? DJ
Battery Brain was a member of the damn it, he was with DJ Slip Sound Control Mob. He was a member of Sound Control Mob with DJ Slip and Rockin' Time and those guys. He worked with Unknown a lot on Techno Hop also. And that record might be on Techno Hop, if I'm mistaken. He was one of Unknown's mixing guys. He was a very good mixer. He just had a different personality. That's why they called him Battery Brain. He had a very unique personality. And he was one of those guys back in those days that didn't understand the game in regards to the royalty, how royalties work. And to tell him that you're selling a record for $4, he only got a quarter or 50 cent coming.
Like, nah, nigga. That don't add up.
For the most part, it don't. But once you understand that of that $4, two of those dollars are fictitious. Okay. It's when I say fictitious, that's just the bump money that above and beyond the retail price. So you got the manufacturer price and you got the retail price. It may cost you, back then it cost us maybe $1.50 to make a record, but they sold it for $4. That was the list price. So they would discount it from, if it cost us, if we made it for $1.50 and sold it to the stores for $2.50, we made $1. Okay, we made $1. Guys still got to pay the pressing plant. Okay, and you made $1 for yourself. If you gave the artist 50 cents, now the store got to put the store gonna put some on top of that. If he buying it for $2.50, he might put another $1.50 on it. And depending on how hot the record is, he may not discount it at first, but as it started to slow down, he got some margin. He got a little margin to discount it. So now he can, there's a playing room. But all he saw was my record selling for $4. I'm getting 50 cents, and that's the part that people don't get sometimes. Even with a CD was going for $18, $19. And when they first came out, they was only CD might cost 50 cents to make, but it may to make an individual CD may only cost 50 cents to $1, but because you had to make the parts to make that CD, that's where the money came in at. Because back in the day, to make a CD, you had to have what they called a glass master, and that was $3,500. That was way more than it was to make a record. So it usually cost, back in the day, it cost you at least $5,000 to make a CD, and that's why the retail price was so high, because people had so much money invested into it. And then after a while, it was like, cool. And then the process changed. You didn't need glass masters no more, but don't tell nobody that shit. Keep the price high. And that's how CDs, 150, we at 152, man.
Damn, dude. I'm loving it. I'm seeing it bounce up. We got up to 154 at one point. I'm watching that. We cracked the algorithm or something. I don't know if it's because we started like 7 minutes or something. We did something.
You know what it was?
So hopefully this keeps going. What's that?
Next week. We're going to do it.
Yeah, whatever we did. We're going to start at 5:56 next week and see if we just discovered something. I don't know.
So yeah.
Good looking out. We have a couple more questions. You want to get to them, or you what you looking like?
Cool.
What's that?
If you cool, I'm cool.
I'm good. I'm good for about 15 more minutes, man. I mean, 50 at least. We have 159 in the building. Let's see. D Brown says in DJ Yellow's book, he said E was looking for a label deal, not a record deal. What's the difference?
A label deal is when you control the product and the production of everything. A record deal is when you just sign to a label and they control all your shit. Okay. And that was something that we all had label deals with Macola. Usually they would give you what they call an imprint deal, which means you may be on Motown, but you got a little bitty small logo on the Motown label that allowed you to do, they would just, it was like a vanity deal more than anything, because you still was, it basically it was a glorified record deal. Okay. But a label deal means you got a much bigger cut of the money. You had much more control over your product, your release dates. You had a roster of your own that was a part of the record company. If you look at, I got to use Motown as an example, because Motown was one of those guys, one of those companies that had multiple labels. They had Tamla, they had Gordy, all that was Motown distributed, but they were, I think Tamla might have been more of a Smokey Robinson situation, whereas Gordy may have been more of a Berry Gordy situation. He owned all of them. He had his hand in all of them, but he may have had partners in other labels as opposed to just Motown. So people say, you know what, you can't just give me the 25 cents a record. I need $1 something. So I'm gonna give you a label deal, but you gotta bring me some hits. And that's why Motown had all those different labels. I know they had 3 for sure: Tamla, Gordy, and Motown. It might have been more too, but those are ones I know of for sure.
Thanks for breaking that down. OG Shag says, what was your relationship like with King T?
King T has always been a cool brother, man. In fact, if y'all look through my archives, you'll see a video with him. I did a video with a year or so ago. Super cool brother out of Compton, ex-game banger, but he's always been he's one of them cats, man, that he played the game, but if you talk to him, you never knew he was really a gang banger. But he's just a real cool dude. Him and DJ Pooh, I never forget seeing him with that album cover with the shotgun, like he was going to do some work. And it looked like something you would see somebody do in the streets, where the homeboy sits on the hood of the car watching this other homeboy go commit a murder.
I remember. Yeah. Very controversial cover.
Yeah. So, but now he's a father. He's chilled out, man. Whole different dude, man. Dude, was
he one of the ones camped out in the house party that was Lonzo's studio back in the day?
On a regular basis, yes.
Yeah. Damn.
On a regular basis, it's like I said, man. Back in the day, my house was like watching a movie of the movie House Party, because everybody would be here, and I might not even be home. that was something Yella said. Clientele said the other day we were doing a documentary. He said, man, one thing about Lonzo, he trusted everybody. Lonzo would leave us back here with all those equipment, and nothing ever came up missing except for that one time the other asshole I let back here. But everything came up missing. Shit may have gotten broken from time to time, simple shit, nothing major. Headphones, Dre was breaking headphones like it was nobody's business, but for the most part, they took care of it.
Would he get pissed? He would get pissed and throw them, or what?
No, Dre would be like, right now, I got a short cord on my headphones. Okay. Those headphones back then, cords wasn't that long, and the phone, I had a pay phone in the studio because they run my phone was up high as hell. And when the phone would ring, they would run to the phone trying to get laid, and they forget he had headphones on.
Oh yeah.
They forget they had headphones on, and tear their headphones up. Yeah, I had more headphones with one ear than anybody in the world. And I had to go buy $25, $30. He'd break them again. And then I told him, from now you buy your own damn headphones. And now the nigga headphone king. That's just some ironic shit.
That's hilarious. NoobTube, yes, we talked about Slim 400. Once we're done with this live, if you go back and check out the beginning of the show, We really appreciate it. We definitely talked about Slim 400 at the beginning. RIP to him. DJ Wick says, what's the real story behind Cube and Pooh falling out?
I don't know, man. I've heard.
I never knew they did.
I don't. They may not be as tight as they once were. Okay. I remember one time I saw a clip on TMZ. They were all getting off the airplane, and DJ Pooh was looking a little dejected, and Harvey made a comment about it. That DJ Pooh, he was, Cube. They stopped Cube. I guess Pooh was in the camera, and was looking like he was half woke or whatever the case may be. And it was a little conversation, but Pooh was doing great. He ain't tripping on nothing. He's doing fantastic. He's a hell of a writer. I was talking to Battle Cat just the other day, and he was telling me how Pooh and Pooh working on something together, some movies or some shit. Or Pooh, I think he was on that Meet the Blacks or something like that. Man, them cats got so much shit going on. It's hard to keep track of them sometimes.
I love that. I love how cats from 30 years are making money today. I love that. Something about me just really likes that. Because they got screwed back in the day. A lot of them did. Not necessarily you guys are talking about, but it's good that they're getting, like MC8 and all them. I like seeing that shit. Speaking of that, you were just on Gangster Chronicles?
Well,
was it Gangster?
A few months ago,
they just posted a new one of you. Was it Gangster Chronicles or was it one of the big podcasts that's out right now?
I don't know.
It must have been an old. They must have reposted it or something because it just popped up on my thing.
Okay. Yeah,
in the past couple of days.
Yeah, because
okay.
That was a direct result of one of our shows. They talked about the situation. Somebody accused me of doing something to 8, and 8 was like, Lonzo didn't do that. That's
right.
No,
Okay. They must have. Yeah, interesting. Okay, I'll send you the. Yeah. Jay Griggs says, was Ice-T ever around Lonzo's house?
Nope. Can't recall him ever being in my house.
Mm-hmm.
Can't recall that. I don't think he ever been in my house before. Ice-T was by the time me and Ice-T hooked up. He was already in Hollywood, man. He was in Hollywood from day one. He was that dude. I mean, I would see him in Uncle Jam Army sets in that red Porsche and Darlene's fine ass. And I knew him. We had a couple of conversations. We never had to really just kick it. We never really kicked it like that because he was always in Hollywood and I was always in Compton.
Okay. Yes, Compton Girl even said it was Gangster Chronicles. She saw it 2 days ago. Yeah, it's probably just a repost. They probably just a section of their conversation from back in the day. Because it was like a 20-minute clip or something like that. Damn, dude, 187 people, Lonzo. I'm glad I didn't make any promises for 200 viewers because I don't know if they want to see my 200 viewer dance. Man, should we wrap it up? What do you guys? I hate wrapping it up with all these people in the room, but I mean, if you
I got time, man. We got some more questions. Let's do this, man.
Yeah, let's go. If you have any questions in the please keep them coming. Let me see. Just saw on Facebook, Lonzo and Yellow were working on something. Can you share the project yet?
Man, you know what? I got to say this, dude, because Yella came to me right during the pandemic. Yella's a born again Christian. And I'm always been a God-fearing man myself, along with clientele. And Yella called me. He's told unknown he wanted to talk to me. Come on, and I ain't mad at nobody. And he said he had a dream about us doing some shows together. And his pastor said, "You need to go talk to Lonzo." And he came over here, and him, and clientele sat down and strategized a Wrecking Crew situation featuring Mona Lisa. And we still gonna do something. We still got plans on doing something. But what happened over the weekend, Yellow wrote a book, clientele has a book, and I have a book. And we talked, Yellow's doing his book tour, clientele did his, and I did mine. And I suggested, hey man, why don't we get together and go do a book tour together? We may not could do a bunch of shows right now, or let's do some shows and a book tour. Okay. And he was like, everybody was cool with it. But here's how God works. Okay. I went to a movie premiere. There's a company out of Chicago that's doing a thing called You Can't Erase Me, about a lot of hip hop artists out of the East Coast.
Oh, yeah.
And they was trying to find somebody from the West Coast. And one of my boys from back east, you need to talk to Lonzo. And we've been started talking last year about this time. And finally, we started shooting and doing some stuff for it's 2 documentaries being done on me right now as we speak. 2. The one I did myself is in post-production, and this one right here is in pre-production. And I'm in Beverly Hills and for this event, and first I cross the street, first person I see is Yella on the red carpet. And he's like, "What you doing here?" I said, "What you doing here?" So just so happened that the person, the publicist for Yella's book was the same publicist for the brothers I'm working with, and they put us all in the same room. And because Yella was there, and he had a chance to meet the producers for this You Can't Erase Me, Yella was able to get a deal also with them to do a documentary on him. Because he's like that forgotten member of N.W.A. Cube and Dre get all the credit. Cube, Dre, and Easy get all the shine. Yella's kind of, he's a laid back dude, so he don't get the same kind of shine. He wasn't a upfront rapper, but he stayed with Ruthless when everybody else left. So they came to town this week to shoot me when I was in Compton, giving away toys and DJing. It was really a good day for me. And then Yella came by the house to shoot his part, and they started shooting Yella's part for his documentary. So we've been going back and forth in each other's documentaries all weekend long. And then Battle Cat came by the house. Came by the house also Saturday night, and he did his part for my book. I mean, for my documentary. And here's something, man, that Battle Cat he kind of apologized to me. Now I worked with Battle Cat in the very beginning when he was like 17, 18 years old, and we have a lot of history together. Some of my craziest stories is with Battle Cat. But he didn't know my journey prior to World Class Record Crew. And he said, "Hey man, I didn't know why they was calling you the Godfather. I had no idea. All I know is I know you like this right here." And once I guess he listened to Clientele and Yella and some other folks, and he came to me and he apologized, man. He said, "Dude, I didn't know you did all that shit, man. No wonder they call you the Godfather." And he spent it was really deep, man. It was like, I thought, no, man, I didn't know. And we sit there, and he just like gave me a hug, and we talked about it. Lonzo, that's why they called you Disco Lonzo. Yeah, dude, I was doing this since the 70s. Like, dude, you our cool Herc. I am your cool Herc, Doc.
Exactly. Exactly.
And like I tell people, man, when I was doing this, when I'm 22 years old doing this shit, Cube is in the 5th grade. He don't know nothing about this shit. If Cube was in the 5th grade, that means Battle Cat was in the 4th grade. Okay? He in the 4th grade. So I've been doing this shit so long, the cats who benefited from the most of the shit that I did or we did, me, Unknown, and Roger. I always put him in there, although sometimes his people get pissed. I got to put this in there. I'm not going to take all the credit, man, because I can't. That ain't what I do. I'm not going to take all the credit. So, but I can't tell all the story because I don't know his whole struggle. All I know is mine. So anyway, make a long story short, which is too late. But anyway, it was really a dope weekend, man, because the next day, me and all the old school homies, we get together every Sunday, and we get up, we go walk out at Marina Del Rey. We just lost General Jeff. Silky D had a stroke.
Yeah.
So as we get older, and everybody's 60 something, okay, except for Battle Cat, he's the youngest. So everybody in their 60s, and everybody has some kind of health issue. I'm a prostate cancer survivor, and I'll say that shit not with pride, but just it ain't no shame in my game. My boy Edwin had a stroke. He recovered. Battle Cat had a heart attack. A lot of people don't know that. So a lot of this shit is just due to our lifestyles. I sit in front of computer cameras all day long, computer screens and cameras all day long. My boy Edwin runs an insurance company. Battle Cat's in the studio. He said he was doing a mix and had a heart attack. Okay? He doing a mix and had a heart attack. So after General Jeff died, we all decided we're going to get together not only to hang out and fellowship, but do something for our health before we have, it's lead by example. So we said we're gonna get together once a month, and then Silky D had her stroke, and then we said, "Fuck that, we're gonna do it every week." So every week, about 5 of us. This week it was 3 of us. We called anybody don't show up, you in the bitch crew. Okay,
I like that.
You bitch out. It was cold. It was 45 degrees out there. But once you start walking, okay, you warm up. Okay. And we go out there, man. We walk about 4 miles and we stop and have some hot chocolate and some other shit. And by 9 o'clock, we done. We back on our journey for the rest of the day. So that's something we do as old school players, man. We trying to lead by example, man. That's all.
I love that. Satan West, Lonzo, do you have a history with low profile W.C. and DJ Aladdin?
No, I don't. I know DJ Aladdin. I know DJ Aladdin pretty well, but I don't know. I know W.C. I met him before. I got pictures with him, but we never.
We hit 200, by the way. We just like 30 seconds ago we hit 200. We're bouncing between 197 and 200 something.
Yeah, we did something right today, man. I don't know what it was, Doc. We did something super right today, man. Damn.
That's crazy, Lonzo. This is probably 3 times our normal audience, man. We'll figure this. We're gonna figure this out. Trust me. Now my brain is like, what did we just do? So we'll get together offline. But no, nothing with the profile and Aladdin, huh? Aladdin and W.C.
No. But we all got a mutual respect for each other. I want to introduce myself to Dub. Say, nigga, I know who you are. You the godfather. Okay, Dub, no problem. We never. People gotta understand this, folks. Much love, that Joseph.
Thank you, Joshy. Thank you.
Joshy, much love, Joshy. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. People, you might want to understand this. I'm a little older than these cats, so I'm into different shit. So I don't do a lot of hood shit, and I don't hate on nobody that does, but I really don't hang out that much. Okay, and when I saw him, it was at the premiere for Straight Outta Compton. That's when we hooked up. So it's I don't interact that much unless we in the studio or in the social setting. Because most cats ain't coming to Compton. Most of them ain't coming to Compton like that.
That's
okay?
it.
So if I'm in Compton doing my thing, they probably ain't gonna show up. And if they do, it's all good. But that's just the normal get down. So yeah, I know them. I'm familiar with them. We're familiar with each other. We don't have no stories together though. That's the only thing I can say. We met, had a couple of conversations, but no real stories.
Okay. While we're at it, what about Mac 10?
Again, same thing.
Same situation.
Same thing. He's from Inglewood. He came to my club a couple of times. We kicked it, and a lot of times when them cats come to when they in my presence, everybody's all eyes on them. So they we shake hands and they get to their fan base. They get to the homies, get to the fan base. So it just makes a big difference. That's all. And at that time, when they was hot, I wasn't hot. I wasn't even that popular. So a lot of what you're seeing right now is popularity for me over the last past. I think my star rose up a little bit in the last past 5 years. People just not putting me together with a lot of shit. Even people at the club didn't realize I was the same guy from Straight Outta Compton. Okay, they didn't know. I
told you, I've been working with you for 2.5 years. My wife just maybe 6 months ago realized you're the guy who did turn out the lights.
215, dude.
That's crazy, Lonzo. I'm just seeing it go out. I keep looking. If you guys see my eyes darting to the side, it's because I have another screen over here.
Dude,
that's crazy.
I don't know where they're coming from, man, but they here.
Man, but we're getting a lot of love in the odd. Everybody's like, it's the consistency. Philip Burke says it's the way y'all interact with people. Man, thank you guys. Easy Steve, did you know Big Bass Brian? Big Bass Brian. I've heard his name on DJ Quick.
We the one named him Big Bass Brian.
Oh, okay.
One of us, I don't know, was unknown, or one of us named it because we could never get to Bernie Crudman. We could never get to Bernie. To get to Bernie is like Bernie owned the mastering house, but Bernie was so first he was expensive as hell. If he touched your shit, it was like Rembrandt. Okay, it's like no, this the same shit Bernie gonna do. Brian could do. Bernie wouldn't do what Brian did. Bernie was He's a very technical cat. He has his own way of doing things, and for hip hop, you got to cut a little deeper, and there's only so much space you got on the groove before you start getting distortion. And Brian knew how to get right there without crossing it, and that was something that Bernie wasn't interested in doing. So most of the time, we would request Brian and not Bernie, and that became because you walked into Bernie Grubman, you would see stacks of masters just piled up, waiting on Bernie to mix them. And a lot of times, Bernie was his Big Bass Brian was his second assistant to get to him, and he started getting busy after hip hop became more popular because people started sending stuff in from all over the country just to get to Bernie Grubman and Big Bass Brian. And yeah, that's how that shit jumped off.
Yeah. Shank says, for real though, y'all are some real ones. Always good convo and positive energy. Thank you. That's what we want to bring, and hopefully the consistency pays off. And yeah, Amanda, this is an interesting question. Amanda, from a female. We don't get too many females, so we got to let shout out to Amanda. Does anyone know the backstory of that song Gin and Sacco, Dr. Dre and Crazy D?
Yep, that's what.
Oh shit.
That was the shit that they drinking around here. Gin and Sacco, yeah, that's the shit. Yeah.
What's Sacco?
Super Sacco.
I've heard it in songs.
Super Sacco.
Look it up.
You drink back in the day. It was like an energy drink. And that was like the that was like this getting juice. It was a mix, simple mix. And they would drink Super Sacco with gin, and that was Crazy D's fucking drink. Okay. And I don't remember Dre drinking, but I think Dre did the song, and they did the song together. And I know, did they release that song? Was it on the album or something?
Sounds familiar to me. Yeah, yeah.
I know they would always sing the motherfucker around here. Yeah, Gin and Sacco. Yeah, that's the shit. Yep. Damn.
That's why I love this fucking show, man. We love hearing the good stories. We know it's some gangster, but not all. Philip Burke says. Matt Tress says, thanks, OG. Man, shout out to Josh. He says, Brian's still waiting to get paid from the first album. Ooh, damn. Probably a lot of people still waiting to get paid from first albums. Marlon Cozy, Tyler Solomon. I mean, Hercules. Lonzo is the godfather, for real. Been to his house, performed at his club and TV show. That was by the Compton Swap Meet. Facts, much love all day. Hercules.
Wow, that was my my public access show. And
okay.
I had a public access show in Compton for like 15 years. That's why I do my show on Thursdays, because that was my time slot even back then. It was from 6 to 7:30 every Thursday in Compton. And I got over 500 shows I did on the show, man. Over 500 shows. That's why I like doing live, because I like interacting with people. You know, I could pre-record this show and put it up later on, but it's the same. The energy is the same for me. You know, once you learn to go live and perfect the technical skills of going live, for me, it's hard to go pre-recorded. I just don't feel like that. Now, I can do a pre-recorded show, but it ain't the same. Okay.
I love the live act. I've always loved the live act. That's why I've always preferred doing theater over like doing like commercial acting.
Okay. Much love. Easy Steve been watching the public access on home.
Nice. Give that a shout out, Lonzo. Give that a shout out while we're here.
You out there, 200 people, please, if you get a chance to, if you have Roku at the house, go to add channel and add the Homegrown Media Network on Roku. Just add it. It's free. Don't cost a dime. I got to get my numbers up, and I got some shows on there. I got a couple of movies on there. This podcast has I got best of this podcast on there as well. I got a few shows from my public access on there. I'm gonna load up some more shows. I just got to digitize, and that's the big thing for me. A lot of what I have to do double work, because the old shows have to be digitized, and they were an hour and a half long, and then you got to convert them, and it takes about 6 hours to get one show done. Okay, so yeah, folks, I'm gonna after this event tomorrow, I plan on uploading some more best of
clientele in the building. Shout out clientele. St. West dropped another $5, so we got to get his question in. We've talked about them before, but I always see two Live Crew on the 80s old school West Coast compilations. Do you have any history with them?
Man, you know what?
I remember those compilations you're talking about, Satan West.
Yeah. They were all in Macola. We were all in Macola at one time. Two Live Crew. People, contrary to popular belief, Two Live Crew was actually out of San Bernardino. Okay. They came from San Bernardino. They came to Macola. They had a record. The Asian dude that died and the other two guys came to Macola, and they had a song called "Mother, Father, Sister, Brother," and it was MFSB, and it's still for motherfucking son of a bitch. That's what the record was about, motherfucking son of a bitch. And but they played it off as mother, father, sister, brother. And at some point in time, I think they did a show or something in Florida, and that's where they met Luke. Okay, that's real talk. They're out of San Bernardino. Okay. Don't know if they was on Rapture or not. I'm not sure. Not sure. Hey, Clientele.
Yeah, what up, Clientele?
Call me right quick, Clientele. If you hold on, let me if I can bring you on the show right quick.
What's Rapture? And you know what? I'm gonna probably have to wrap it up in about 5 minutes. Maybe you can finish up with Clientele. But I just want to thank everybody. This has been the best show ever, man. 200 plus people. Man, Lonzo, I'm really excited. We got to get off. We got to talk offline and figure out what the hell we did differently on this one, man. But yeah, call in Clientele. That would be dope if you can call in. Yeah, go on.
Clientele,
go on and connect it.
You got
Dr. T. Khan, this is very true. When these record companies sign these artists, they take out insurance policies on their artists. So if you get killed, we've talked about that. I mean, the record label has to protect their investment. I mean, we've talked about that from a business standpoint, how you understand how they have to put out an insurance policy, right?
Right. I mean, yeah, you give somebody $100,000 and you banking them to do something. I mean, record companies are not about the music; they're about the money. Okay, so anything they put out, they're going to protect, and they have the right to do that. You know, and I know it sounds crazy, but I just, and that's another problem we have. Sometimes we have in our community, people benefiting from somebody else's misfortune. I once, let's see, it's Clientele. Yes, him right there.
All right, cool. Hey, I'm gonna head out. Lonzo, I love you, man. Have a great rest of the show. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you guys next Tuesday.
Okay, let me see if he's on the air yet or not. If I can get him on the air,
make sure he is.
Clientele, can you hear me?
Yo.
Can you hear him? Can y'all hear him?
I hear him perfectly.
Okay, cool. All right, Dusty's out of here, folks. Me and Clientele.
Peace, man.
Much love.
Peace, Clientele. Peace, y'all.
Blue Dusty, take care, man.
Thanks, man. Peace.
What's up, Clientele? How you doing, Doc?
What up, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm sitting here. Me and Dusty just hit 200 plus on the show today, man, for the first time. We were surprised to get to 100. Next thing I know, it kept climbing. Now we at 200 and something, and I'm still blown away, dude. What's happening with you?
That's dope, man. Hey, listen, like you say, you must be doing something right, for 200 people to take out, time in a busy day or a busy evening or whatever, man, to, drop in and hang out with you. That's all good.
I appreciate it, man. What's happening with you today?
What?
What's happening with you today? You teaching today?
Yeah, I just finished, two sections today. Then went chilled out and, man, relaxing because it's like a marathon.
Who you telling, Doc?
Each class is 3 hours long. So.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I was bitching about mine being 2 hours long. Hey, man, Clientele, maybe you can help me understand this, man. What is your perspective on this? On all these rap killings, man? These young rappers getting killed.
Man, I think that it's tragic. Number one, I knew Slim, had a chance to meet him, sit down and talk to him and, try to mentor the brother a little bit, or just not even really mentor, but just give him some advice, like an uncle. And he seemed like a good dude, man. He seemed like he was going in the right direction, trying to do some good things for the community, but also just trying to make it in the hip hop game. And it's unfortunate that sometimes we forget, a lot of artists forget that the ties you once had when you were coming up or when you growing up in the neighborhood, once you become some type of celebrity or achieve a certain status, you got to break some of those ties because you never know what's lurking in the next, around the corner or behind you. Because there are people who feel some type of way about your successes. And when that happens, you're putting yourself in jeopardy. So tighten that circle up. Try to be around the folks that you can trust a little bit more, and just be and understand that you're as a leader, you have a level of responsibility to, at the end of the day, make it back home. And it's unfortunate that these kinds of things are happening, because it's really more about the grudges and just the positions people are in. But I mean, that also goes to the bigger issue, which is, the whole, black on black crime and proximity to one another, and all of that. And we have to get up out of that gun, mentality, and get up out of that situation, and really start trying to build in a different way, man. And it's sad that we've sort of gone backwards a little bit.
A whole lot.
Yeah, and when we were, seemed like at one point we were trying to move forward, but now with everything so sporadic and out there, and so chaotic and crazy, we getting back into this negative mindset, and that's another life, and but not only another life, but now that's affecting his girl, his kids, and generations to come that now have to live with that situation. And like I said, it's not like the brother and a few others that I'm thinking of, because when you get into the music business, or when you get into entertainment, you're doing something extraordinary.
Right.
More people are going to be paying attention. Yes, a bullseye is going to be on your chest and on your forehead and on your back and all of that. But at the same time, you got to move differently, and I think some of these cats still believe in their minds that they can continue to hang out in the same places and be around the same people. But the reality of it is, and it's nothing to try and think you better than anybody else, but it's just a matter of logistics and making the right moves and playing that 3D chess, right? You got to start moving differently.
You know what's really crazy, Doc, is that a lot of these artists, they think they can go get a bunch of money and put it on their neck and on their wrists and their hands and go back to the hood and hang out.
Nah, you can't. I mean, that's you putting a sign on your
rob me, shoot me, I'm stupid.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I gave up my jewelry, man. I didn't give it up. I just stopped wearing it as much because I sometimes you be out in the streets and you don't want the attention. I traded all my rings in for damn bracelets and shit, man. I got these bracelets on and stuff. I like having stuff from my wrist, though, actually wrong. But you want one of these goddamn bead bracelets, you can have them. They ain't cost me but $20, okay? I still wear my medallion, and sometimes, depending on where I'm at, if I feel uncomfortable, I'll tuck that son of a bitch in if it's at nighttime, because it shines at night. And it's a damn shame you got to do that, but it is what it is, man. But to go out there and wear a big-ass, flossy-ass medallion and a chain and down to your belly button and drive a $100,000 car in the hood just because you from that hood don't mean you ain't got no haters, man. And that's the part these cats ain't getting.
Yeah, and growing up in the hood, man, we learn how to move a certain way.
Right.
A lot of times it's get in and get out, or it's okay, let me circle the block a couple of times and check the place out first before I go up in that bad boy, because we don't need that drama. I got people I got to come home to, so I got to make sure that everything is cool before we roll up in there. So it's just really, man, about keeping your third eye open and keeping your head on the swivel, and just not putting yourself in situations and circumstances that are going to get you caught up. It's unfortunate, it's sad, it's tragic. And, it's like when I heard about it, particularly with Slim, it's like, oh man, here we go again, another one. And that, like I said, it hit me a little closer to home because I knew the brother,
But he had been shot before though, right?
Yeah, he had gotten shot like 8 times before.
Yeah, I saw him on the interview. He got shot twice one time and 9 the other time. He been shot like 11 times. Dude, you ain't that big.
Yeah, and he literally was slim. It's not like he was a big dude, but even with that, it's just like, I would just say this, to folks, if they're gonna get into this game, and again, I tell this to my students too as well. There's a certain sort of protocol, in a certain way you got to carry yourself, in a certain way you have to make yourself available but not accessible,
right,
to everybody, because, like you say, man, not everybody has your best interest
Not
at heart.
everybody got your best interest at heart, man.
Yeah. So
Doc,
be careful.
Yellow called me the other day and said that they want us to get together and do this triple book signing. I didn't see you in the feed. Did he talk to you about that?
Yeah, it's already in motion, man.
Okay, good. So you'll see us, you'll see Lonzo, Yella, and clientele in a bookstore near you, a college near you, a stage near you. I was telling him how Yella got at us not long ago, man. Said he wanted to get back with us and just do something different. That blew me away, Doc. I never thought that would happen.
Well, I'm gonna throw one more caveat. Yella and I and Little E, we working on something.
What?
Yeah. I can't reveal it all just yet, but it's gonna be major.
All right. Well, shit. Throw me a line. Let me do let me open that son bitch up or something. Or do something.
We have to.
Do something.
We have to.
Yeah.
We have to. We got to get that laugh in there. Something.
We gotta get the laugh. Give me a commentary or something.
Yeah. Nice.
The what you call that? The interlude or something. Set it up.
Yep.
That'll work. Man, well, cool, Doc. We know we sitting here. I'm looking at 212 people right now on this channel. We've been on the air for over an hour and 41 minutes. And this is definitely the longest show I've ever done here on YouTube, Facebook, and whatever else I'm on. And I am blown away. We might have collected about $150. I'm not sure. People have been donating. Compton Girl and my other boy. I'm looking for him right now. I got to scroll down to see who it is. Everybody who donated to the show today, thank you very much. Happy holidays to you. And hey man, clientele, if you get a chance to, man, drop in on Thursday. I got Mona Lisa coming to the show, folks.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Our girl, Mona Lisa. Now, last week I was supposed to get some other young ladies, some background singers, and I was saving Mona for a private show. Mona is the original voice of World Class Wrecking Crew, Bobby Jimmy and the Critters, Arabian Prince. That's how we met her, through Arabian Prince. So
that's right.
Mona will be here Thursday with me, where I got the picture. I'm gonna set the show up, folks. Oh man, Matt Treese dropped $19.99. Much love to you, Matt. Thank you very much. Satan West is in the house. Merry Christmas. Compton Girl, all my folks who dropping anything in the bucket, I much appreciate it, folks. Thank you very, very much. Dusty appreciates it. Clientele appreciates it. And we just doing what we do, folks. We'll be back on Thursday with Mona Lisa. Clientele, if you're available, man, come on through, Doc. Hang out with us. I figured out how to get this phone working. I'm gonna start using. I'm gonna probably send somebody some phone numbers, and maybe we'll figure out some way to bring some of the guests in from the chat room on the line. We'll figure something out for them. All right. But in the meantime, man, thank you for chiming in with you, clientele, taking the time to call. If you're available again on Thursday, come on through, man.
Will do, man. Much love to you, man. And thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, Doc. Thank you. All right, folks. It's your boy Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast hip hop. Man, look here. I am surprised, blown away, elated to achieve over 200 people on the show today. I don't know what we did special. I don't know what it is, but we did something good, and we're going to try and do it again. Me and Dusty going to figure out what we did so we can make it happen again. Thank y'all for showing up and showing out. Thank you for everybody to drop something in the money bucket. I don't know what they called it, something like that. But Mona Lisa will be here Thursday. Clientele will be here. Maybe I can get Yella to stop through too. He might get 3 out of 4. That's almost a crew. That's almost a crew, folks. In the meantime, folks, this is Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast hip hop. And like I say every time before I leave, folks, from the West Coast to the East Coast and everything between, folks, you are live with the Godfather of West Coast hip hop. From Eve After Dark to concerts in the park. We still doing it right here on YouTube and more, folks. Thank y'all very much. And the super chat, thank you, man. Thank you for dropping in the super chat, folks. Much love to all 172 that are currently watching. And thank you for all 212 that's been watching. I am out of here. I'm hungry as hell, folks. I got to get something to eat. Y'all, peace. See y'all later.